Good morning, my dear students. How are you today? Our lesson today is the same lesson we studied yesterday, which is lesson 4 using corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Let's complete our exercises. Here we have the given that angle TRS and angle TRL are right angles. TRS and TRL are two right angles. Right angles means its measure equals 90. Angle RTS is congruent to angle RTL. He need to prove that RS congruent to RL. As usual, we need to prove that this triangle is congruent to this triangle. Triangle TRL congruent to triangle TRS. Let's write the three conditions as usual. Number 1, angle TRS is congruent to angle TRL. Both of them is right angle, equals 90 degrees, okay? Angle RTS is congruent to angle RTL. This is given. What about the third condition? Who can tell me? Yes, TR is congruent to TR, common side. This is called common side. So, triangle TRS will be congruent to triangle TRL. And then, because the two triangles are congruent, so we have RS, this part equals to this part, congruent to RL. Another question. The given here is AB congruent to AC. M is the midpoint of BC. What is the meaning of M is the midpoint of BC? That means BM is equals to MC because M is the midpoint. Prove that angle AMB congruent to angle AMC. As usual, we need to prove that the two triangles AMC and AMB are congruent. Let's write the three conditions. Condition number 1, AB is congruent to AC. No problem. What about the second one? Yes, BM is congruent to CM. What about the third condition? The third condition, as usual, AM congruent to AM again because it's common side. Common side. So, triangle AMP is congruent to the triangle AMC. And because of the two triangles are congruent, so angle AMB is congruent to angle AMC. Angle AMB is congruent to angle AMC. Let's do another exercise. Here we have a given. The given is angle ABD congruent to angle CBD, and also angle BDA congruent to angle BDC. Prove that AB congruent to CB. As usual, we are going to prove that the two triangles are congruent. So, the three conditions are: number 1, angle ABD is congruent to angle CBD. Number 2, angle BDA, they are given, congruent to angle BDC. What about the third condition? Yes, BD is congruent to BD because it's common side. So triangle CDB is congruent to the triangle ADB. And because of the two triangles are congruent, so AB should be congruent to CB. Okay, let's solve the last exercise. Here we have two triangles like that, and OM is congruent to ER, ME is congruent to RO. Prove that angle M is congruent to angle R. As usual, we try to prove that the two triangles are congruent. The triangle REO and the triangle MEO. Let's write the three conditions. The first condition is OM perpendicular to ER. The second one, ME perpendicular to RO. What about the third condition? Yes, OE is congruent to also OE because OE is common side between the two triangles. So the triangle REO is congruent to the triangle MOE. And because of the two triangles are congruent, we are going to conclude that angle M is congruent to angle R. Now we finished our lesson. Don't forget your online assignment. Have a nice day. Thank you all.